Coach, we're through our first game of the year, and by most accounts, it went very, very well for the Pirates, especially on the scoreboard, a 47-11 victory over Whittier College. Give us your recap of Saturday's game in the Pine Bowl.
Well, a lot of positives. I think, first of all, you look back to a year ago, how we played against them, and we as a coaching staff saw radical improvement, and that's what you'd hope in year two. So very pleased. In game one, you don't know what to expect. So I was very pleased that our kids came out ready to play. One thing we've talked a lot about is starting fast. And so we did start fast Saturday. Got a turnover on the first drive of the year on defense. And got to play a lot of kids. We got out healthy. I thought we were crisp both offensively and defensively in our execution. So no, I was very, very pleased with Saturday's performance.
You mentioned using a lot of guys. You used a lot of guys on both sides of the ball. You used a lot of guys on special teams. Was there anybody or any part of that really surprised you in a positive way, saying, "Wow, that was really that they did really well for getting in their first college game"?
I think all the young guys perform well. There's two issues with substituting late in the game. Number one is those guys don't get as much work. Some of those guys were scout team players all week, so you don't know exactly how high the execution is going to be. I thought they went out and performed very well. We kept things simple for them, both on offense and defense. But I think, the freshman kicker, Ren Riley, really jumped out. He's a starter, but he's a freshman in his first college game. Performed very well. Really pleased with him. He's just got a very live leg. So I think that's the one that jumped out the most.
This Saturday, we get to play at home again, hosting another team from California, the Laverne Leopards, who are also 1-0. Their win over George Fox looks much more impressive after this past Saturday, George Fox beating Redlands. Tell us what we know about Laverne and what we have to be prepared for.
Well, they're a very good football team and very explosive on offense. As everyone remembers, last year was a shootout. Last year, our offense played extremely well against Laverne. Our defense did not. So we've talked a lot about not only starting fast, but playing a complete game, and I think that's what's going to take this week to be successful against Laverne. They return quite a few seniors. They return a starting quarterback. I think that's the first thing you always look at because that's such an important position. They have some very good running backs. Their receivers play hard and block well. And then defensively, they're very aggressive front and do some things a little bit different than we'll see any other time of the year. Last year, they just locked up and played man and came after us and were pretty aggressive most of the game. So we'll obviously need to be prepared for that. So that's good to be back at home. We're excited. As coaches, we talk a lot about making your biggest improvement from game one to game two, and our team needs to do that. There's still a lot of things that we can get better at.